Today, we're going to look at the success story of Michael Dunlop, the founder of a blogging website, incomediary.com. His first online business was an eBay one. A simple strategy, buy low and sell high, and he sold pretty much anything he could get his hands on. eBay really started to go somewhere for him when he played an online fighting game called Runescape. On eBay, he noticed that there was a market for Runescape gold. What this means is the better the player you were, the more gold you earn in the games, and the more gold you had, the more difficult it was to beat you. He started playing RuneScape more in the evenings, winning lots of battles and earning more gold. Then in the morning, he listed what he had won the night before on eBay. Usually, he would get around 40 pounds for 1 million gold, usually breaking it up into smaller deals like 100,000 gold for 7 pounds. One guy he played with was quitting because he was going off to university and wanted the extra cash, so after some negotiations, he let Michael buy his account for $200. To most, that would probably sound like a lot of money and a silly thing to do, but the thing is, he had around 400 million gold, and the account was actually one of the best in the game. He managed to, in the end, break down the gold into small portions and sell it for over 2,000 pounds, which is about $3,200, not a bad return for a $200 account. He decided to keep doing this with other people who were quitting the game for various reasons, but after a while, RuneScape has clamped down on this trade and was no longer allowed to sell RuneScape gold on eBay. But that didn't really stop him. Indeed, he got banned a total of 5 times before realizing enough was enough. After RuneScape, he sold all sorts of stuff, including wristbands, remote-controlled cars, and polo shirts. After doing a few transactions here and there, he got a phone call from a friend who was selling on eBay. He told Michael he was getting out of the business and wanted to sell his stocks. He had several hundred items, mainly Lacoste, Abrocrombie, and Fitch. Michael paid him 2,000 pounds, which is $3,200. Although Michael was foolish not to go through the stock before he had bought it. He had presumed that because he was a family friend, that would all be great quality. Turned out around 30% was unsellable because it was factory seconds. Also, most of it was silly sizes like extra larger and extra large, but in the end, this actually worked to his advantage because it seems larger sized people went online instead to go to the shops. The main downside of this business was that he had to constantly be packing products and going to the post office. It was also more responsibility than he wanted, as he had to make sure he got to the post office right away. Often, he would forget or leave it for a few days and end up sending 2 products for the price of one to make it up to the buyer. Biggest lesson learned was that customers want it now, and if that doesn't work well with your work hours, then you will disappoint and they will leave negative feedback. He also found that there was a lot of things he could do to improve the result of auction. For example, if he ended the auction at the busiest time of day in terms of eBay traffic, he would likely make a lot more money than from the sale if he did it at 10 a.m. Once he got out of eBay business, Michael decided that he should learn more about web design and found himself on a design forum called Game Renders. The forum had a great model. Every time you posted on the forum, you would get a point, and there was a marketplace where you could buy, sell, and trade with your points. He loved the model, and without knowing the meaning of GFX, he registered the domain shoutgfx.com to go in direct competition with that forum and hundreds of others. He didn't know much about web design, nothing about graphics, couldn't even think about installing forum software, but he managed to get Michael's forum online and customized. He curated friendships with the top users in the forum, and other great designers managed to convince them to join his forum and build a community. In 6 short months, ShoutGFX had around 70,000 posts and 2,000 members. Unfortunately, because of this great success, came jealous competition that hacked his site and destroyed it. Michael knew the old owner of game renders and asked if he could take a look at the website, fix it, and let him know how it was done. He let Michael know who the hacker was, which turned out to be someone they both knew. It may have been something to do with the maturity of the audience, but when he brought this up on the forums, no one seemed to really care, so he tried to fix the site and carry on. Later, Michael discovered that 2 admins on his forums wanted to delete his site because they had just launched their own site and it would be easy to poach his users if the site was no longer online. In the end, he lost the site due to not having a decent backup. A web design site seemed a natural transition from a design forum, he thought. He already knew quite a lot about the niche and wanted to give the website a try. He was using a forum called Pixel to Life at the time where he found a young programmer aged 13. At first, Michael agreed to pay him $300 to code his design, and as they started talking, he found out that the kid knew a lot about programming, and they added really cool things such as CMS to easily add content, basically like WordPress but nowhere near as good, a custom newsletter not compliant with spam laws, and a bunch of other cool ideas Michael had. When he launched the site, he added ASINs to the sidebar of the site and above each tutorial. He saw that he was earning around $5 to $10 a day and was mildly impressed with himself, but he knew he had to do more in order to make more money to expand his business. He researched about how others in his niche were making money, and they were all using ASINs as well. But the difference is they placed images next to each ASIN's text listing in a similar way to how they also listed their tutorials and main content. This made readers think the adverts were real content. This video is only the first part of Michael's story. If you would like to see the second part, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification icon. See you in the next video.